Sometimes this weight hits you right in the chest. Ain't about pointing fingers. It's about wondering how we got here. Why we keep forgetting the lessons written in our own scars. Scars. Standing in that line, all the screens say wait. Folks holding their papers, gone upon their faith. Just want a little sunlight, just want a chance to stay. But the cold winds blow and try to take that away. You see their eyes, man, you feel their fear. A story we know too well, year after year. And it cuts so deep, down to the bone. When history repeats, like we ain't grown. How could we not feel that same pain? Same old river running through our veins. Hearts breaking while the world looks away. Lord, we've been carrying this weight every day. We were raised on whispers, so what was done? Told to keep our heads low, told to run. But even when the chains came off our feet, we still hear the echoes in every street. How could we not feel that same cry? Watching another soul taken under that sky. Feels like a memory carved into our name. Ain't it a shame we still walk through the flame? And then I see them badgers in the cold street glow, faces hid behind the law, like it don't got a soul. But I remember how the hounds got turned loose back then. So I know what it means when the hunted get hunted again. I ain't here to throw stones, just tell you what I see. You make fear a policy, you make a prisoner free. We supposed to guard a life, not drag hope through the dirt. Lord knows when you break the weak, the whole country hurts. How could we not feel that same pain? Same old river running through our veins. We gotta rise up, not turn away. Remember we all share the same sky every day. Yeah. Same sky every day. We all share the same sky every day. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm a little late, but okay. Good morning y bienvenidos to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Fort Myers, where our mission is to love, grow, and serve. At the UUCFM, we strive to create a community where everyone feels a true sense of belonging, regardless of race, ethnicity, age, ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, spiritual path, or national origin. Everyone belongs here. Aquí todos somos aceptados. My name is Melyssa Caballaro, and I am delighted to be your worship associate on this beautiful morning. We want to extend a warm welcome to our guest today. If you're a guest, welcome. And we would like to get to know you better. So if you can please take a moment to fill out a connection card available on the welcome table, through the center doors, or virtually in the chat. Members may also use the card to update contact information or share a caring concern for our pastoral care associates. The greatest gift you can offer us is the chance to get to know you. El regalo más importante que pueden ofrecernos es la oportunidad de conocerlos. And if you're attending by Zoom, please keep your microphone muted. We have a few announcements. I just got one here. On March 12th, Neighbors Network of Lee County will be doing a class, so join us for an informative and compassionate conversation designed to help you better understand care options available in your community, long before they are urgently needed. If you need more information, I will go ahead and show you a flyer. If there's not one in the welcome table, I can give you more information about that. Today, Cups will be hosting our coffee hour this Sunday, so join us for coffee and conversation in Hobart Hall, just to the right as you leave the sanctuary. While there, visit please our social justice table with information on community partners and t-shirts for sale. We also invite you to explore our Rights to Read library, open every Sunday, located to the left at the end of the office. Discover books on diversity, equality, inclusion, LGBTQ+, culture, spirituality, and even some band titles. So come connect, learn, and share. Our non-cash community sharing partner is the South Fort Myers Food Pantry Coalition. Our congregation can help by providing canned goods and other non-perishables and/or volunteering on Mondays. Also, we're fortunate to have 3 FGCU students working with us this semester: journalism senior Natalia Nava and Clara Grace Popper are leading a PR project to help us better understand what resonates with college students. Senior software engineering student Danielle Arriaga Franco will be helping with text projects, starting with aerial photos of our campus. And if you see them around, please give them a warm welcome. We also have a Reiki healing circle taking shape behind the scenes. And before we move forward with this, we're reaching out to all certified energy healers who may be interested in serving as practitioners as we work towards offering a regular healing circle at the UUCFM. For more information, please contact Melyssa Sadusky or Barbara Haven. And I would like to call right now Diane to the podium for a few words.
Good morning, UUCFM. Good morning. This is my last time being up here in front of you. I know, tears will be shed. So, three things to be thinking about. 1, if you bought auction items online, it's time to pick them up if they're physical items and to see me with some money in Hobart Hall. 1, online auction. 2, Las Vegas night. We are so excited, it's on the 11th. My heart is palpitating. Who can sleep? Oh my goodness. We are getting ready. Our chef and Mary Peabody have been working hard to get the food together. And then we've got decorations and we got games. And if you don't have a ticket, you're missing out. So see me in Hobart Hall for tickets if you're not already coming to this event, because it's going to be big, it's going to be wonderful. You gotta come. And 3, thank you so much to everyone who pledged. Our pledge drive is wrapped up. If you haven't pledged and you're receiving phone calls from me, you can also see me in Hobart Hall. All right, and aren't you glad that this is it? I'm not going to come up here again next Sunday. Take me off the list, no more. So, thank you all so much for being attentive and listening and for supporting all the activities here at UUCFM. We got a lot going on, and we're going to have quite a time Wednesday night, so thank you.
Always a tough act to follow. For those of you who do not know me, I'm the Reverend Arthur Jones III, minister here at UUCFM. Grand Rising. Greetings and peace be with you. I am very pleased, so pleased to be serving alongside our worship associate, Melyssa. Melyssa, it's good to see you again. We confirm and affirm March as National Women's History Month, as well as Irish American Heritage Month. With no partisanship whatsoever, intended or implied, we pray for the leaders of all nations, for the citizens of all nations, for the sovereignty of all nations. We uplift all members of our armed forces and their loved ones, wherever they are serving. We uplift all casualties of war or unrest anywhere and everywhere. And as always, we beseech the divine and ask that peace will prevail. If you are physically present today, welcome home. If you are virtually welcome today, welcome home. Whatever the case may be, welcome home. Let us worship in our sacred space together.
Now it's time to light our beautiful chalice. We light this chalice to remind us to pay attention to the small sparks that we often overlook, the quiet glow that grows when we pause and truly see. May this flame offer the additional light we needed, guiding us towards clarity, connection, and the deeper illumination that comes from noticing. Please join in body and spirit as we recite our affirmation. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service is law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. So today is a good story. It's based on a true story, somewhat. The title is When She Finally Noticed the Light. There is a woman whose story has stayed with me for years. I share it because it teaches us something profound about what it means to pay attention, not just with our eyes, but with our whole being. For a long time, this woman lived a life that looked perfectly ordinary from the outside. She had a home, a partner, a routine. People saw her in passing and assumed she was fine. She smiled when she was expected to smile. She showed up when she was expected to show up. She just blended in. But what people didn't see was the quiet storm happening behind closed doors. They didn't see how she monitored her tone, her timing, her footsteps. They didn't see how she learned to read the air in a room the way some people read weather patterns. They didn't see how she slowly stopped trusting her own instinct. She didn't call it fear at first. She called it being careful. She didn't call it control at first. She called it keeping the peace. She didn't call it pain at first. She called it love. But even in all of that, something inside her was paying attention. She noticed a knot in her stomach that tightened before she even heard a voice. She noticed how her laughter became quieter, shorter, less frequent. She noticed how she apologized for things she didn't do. She noticed how she began to disappear inside her own life. She didn't know what to do with those observations. She didn't know how to name them. But she carried them quietly, like small pebbles in her pocket. Reminder that something wasn't right. And then one day, everything changed. She was holding her newborn child, a tiny, warm, innocent life who had never known anything but love. The baby looked up at her with eyes that were wide and trusting, eyes that had never seen fear, never seen anger, never seen darkness. And in that moment, something inside her shifted. It wasn't a loud revelation. It wasn't a dramatic scene. It was a whisper, a quiet, steady truth rising from a place that had not been destroyed. Pay attention, it said. This is not the world she deserves. This is not the world you deserve. For the first time, she truly listened. She paid attention to the way her heart raced when something felt wrong. She paid attention to the way her spirit lifted when she imagined a different life. She paid attention to the people who offered help, even when she didn't know how to accept it. She paid attention to the light that kept showing up in small kindness, in unexpected moments, in the quiet strength she didn't know she still had. And slowly she began to understand something she had ignored for far too long. The light had never left her. She just simply stopped noticing it. Leaving the situation wasn't easy. It wasn't quick, and definitely wasn't simple. Healing wasn't instant. It was linear. It wasn't pretty. But step by step, breath by breath, she rebuilt a life where no longer made the rules, where fear, no longer made the rules. She rebuilt a life where her voice mattered. She rebuilt a life where her child could grow up seeing strength instead of survival. She rebuilt a life where she could finally recognize herself again. And through that journey, she learned something powerful, something she now teaches others. Always pay attention in an act of love. Paying attention is an act of truth, and also paying attention is an act of light. And when we pay attention to the warning signs, we protect ourselves. When we pay attention to our intuition, we honor ourselves. When we pay attention to our wounds, we begin to heal. When we pay attention to the light, we find our way out of the darkness. Today she stands not as someone who never knew pain, but as someone who refused to let the pain be the end of her story. She stands as someone who learned to listen to the quiet voice inside, the one that says, you deserve peace, you deserve safety, you deserve joy, and you deserve light. And that is a message her life teaches us now. That when you pay attention to your life will pay attention back. It will guide you, it will protect you, it will lead you towards the light. Thank you.
Thank you, Melyssa. Thank you. We've reached a portion of our service where it's time for us to center ourselves. As we prepare, please close your eyes if you wish. Take deep healing breaths. Imagine that you are inhaling joy, peace, and love, and exhaling fear, stress, and self-doubts. Try for now to clear your mind. Focus on my voice even as you focus on being still. Let there be silence. If I may ask, think of your loved ones, your spouse or significant other, your children, your children's children, your friends, your colleagues, your neighbors, and your relatives. Send them love. Think of others in your world, your acquaintances, strangers, those friends you have yet to meet. Send them joy. Think of these people, your rivals, your enemies, people who fear or hate or misunderstand you, those who disagree with you or some aspect of your life. Send them understanding and patience. Affirm these words silently as I say them aloud. We are all beautiful. We are powerful. We are wonderful. We are joyful. We are meaningful. Please open your eyes. Transition from deep breathing back to normal breathing. Try to hold on to your ever-increasing vibrational frequency. Retain your sense of inner peace. Keep your chakras open and spinning. Know that you are loved. Know that you are seen. And know that you are appreciated. Thank you. Now, for the next 3 to 4 minutes, I would like to repeat something we tried last Sunday, with the passing of the peace. The operative phrase being for the next 3 to 4 minutes. Shake a hand, hug your neighbor, greet your friends warmly, make a new friend. Go. Go. Go forth, make a friend, make a friend, make a friend, make a friend, make a friend. warning. 1 minute warning. We return to our seats. I've been asked to make an announcement as we return to our seats from passing the peace. I've been asked to make an announcement by our Board of Trustees President, Andrea. Please be aware that there is a virtual town hall that's taking place at 5 p.m. today. Your Zoom link is in your email, so whatever email you use for this congregational purpose, please check that email for the link. That will start promptly at 5 p.m. today. Okay, so your attendance would be appreciated. Thank you. Now, as we resume service, we will go into our stones of intention. Now, if you happen to be a visitor and you're not quite sure what stones of intention are, you will actually notice at the front of the stage baskets filled with stones just like this. In a moment, we will line up in the different aisles and we will come down to the front. Basket of stones are here. If you take a stone, you can fill your stone with whatever positive intention you like: love, peace, joy, patience, tolerance, understanding. You pour your intuition or pour your intention into your stone, and once you do so, come down to the front. You will notice 3 containers filled with sand with a candle in the center. Once you have filled your stone with the intention, you will simply place it in the sand. That is a visual form of prayer that we observe here. Again, this can only be done positively. So, whatever positive intention you have, take a stone, fill it with the stone, place the stone in the sand. At this time, let us form lines. Let us come forth to observe stones of intention. I typically don't tell what intention I put into a stone, but today I'm going to make an exception. With all that is going on in the world, this stone, which was the bigger ones I could find, is for peace on this earth and goodwill towards all men, all women, all children. For the sake of healing, my intention is to go deep today, to be unapologetically candid, and to share with you a glimpse of my own brokenness, fully acknowledging that every human being on earth is broken. We are all imperfect. We are all standing in the need of forgiveness. Each and every one of us has been wounded, deeply hurt by someone, someplace, something, or some combination therein. Organized religion, corporate worship, and faith traditions are especially effective at hurting people, wounding people, and trapping folks in elaborate theologies that could conceivably take years or decades to comprehend, yet alone to navigate. Proper name to assign to that unique infliction of pain is church hurt. I know that pain all too well because I myself have been church hurt. As a young black male Episcopal priest, I routinely endured verbal harassment from some of my congregants back in the day. We have children present today, so I will not use the S word. These women would gleefully tell me what they would do to me if only they had the chance. Publicly and privately expressed their compliments about my suit or my shoes or my hair would almost inevitably go there. My attempts to change the subject or engage in other redirections intended to maintain their dignity while maintaining my own sanity were usually unsuccessful. Those were difficult days for me. As it turned out, I was the first black priest hired in the then 150-year-long history of that particular Episcopal diocese. That wasn't terrific, that was terrifying. How was that even possible? During my tenure, there wasn't another black Episcopal priest for hundreds of miles in any direction. I had no friends, no hobbies, and I was living in social isolation because all three of my churches were located in sundown towns. It was not physically safe for me to be out and about locally after dark. My ecclesiastical authority, my then bishop, was supposed to guide me through that darkness. I frequently called him for advice. I was duty-bound to submit reports to him in writing whenever I got death threats, was verbally harassed in the S fashion, or suffered an episode of racial bias. In my not-so-humble opinion, my bishop never took any of those incidents seriously. Eventually, my bishop began to blame me for the bad things that were happening to me up north. Bishop said it was my fault for being handsome. Bishop said it was my fault for dressing well and my fault for having an aesthetically pleasing voice. I will always remember the day my bishop told me to shut up, to step up, and to suck up all the bad stuff occurring because God's work still needed to be done. I would only preach this sermon here. I can only preach this message in front of my own congregants, in the presence of people I love, in the presence of people who love me. Being mistreated is bad enough. But being gaslit in the midst of that mistreatment greatly magnified the negativity. As a result, I experienced clinical depression for the first time in my life. I experienced anxiety attacks for the first time in my life. Not being supported professionally, not being believed in the midst of abuses, not having peers I could talk to or confide in, all took a devastating toll on my self-esteem. I was a part of a system within which the prevailing wisdom was that some priests mattered more than other priests, and some priests like me didn't matter at all. If you have ever wondered why I am not an active Episcopal priest, I walked away for me. I chose my own mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being over being a tokenized figure of authority in a faith tradition that clearly needed me but did not want me, love me, believe me, or respect me. The great lecturer, keynote speaker, and author, the Reverend Dr. Gail Fisher Stewart, wrote a well-read and well-received book entitled Black and Episcopalian a few years ago. Gail, who is both a retired police chief and a retired Episcopal priest, happens to be a dear friend of mine. In that book, I am one of the 8 Black Episcopal priests, canons, and bishops profiled for having shown grace under fire, professionally, personally, and or spiritually, simply for being Black and Episcopalian. For 2 years, I gave up wearing suits. I gave up polishing my dress shoes. I gave up dressing well. I grew my hair as long as I could, with a full beard. I did my best to look every bit as unattractive as I was made to feel at that time. I was heartbroken by the Episcopal Church. And that church hurt is still there. Although Jenny is a priest with a successful, thriving career, there are times I still don't feel safe or welcome in any Episcopal parish, including hers. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, ever, under any circumstances. I just gave you a shard of my broken mirror to point out that there is light all around us. Light beneath us. Light flowing into and out of us all. That light is love. That light is joy, equality, acceptance, peace, welcoming. That light is life itself. With light, we can live and learn and love and listen and laugh through good times and bad times. Without that light, we can easily fall into darkness and doubts and despair and death. You can live in light or dwell in darkness. The choice is yours. You can be tall or be small. Again, the choice is yours. Individually, the power to choose belongs to you. Collectively, the power to choose belongs to us as a whole. Having said that, today's sermon is entitled Paying Attention, Additional Light Needed. Paying attention, additional light needed. Please allow me to lift up 2 points for your spiritual consumption. First point, love is light. We love our friends, our family members, even our colleagues. That is as it should be. However, everybody doesn't celebrate light, at least not to the extent that they should. Therefore, as you rise, everyone in your inner circle can't go with you because they won't grow with you. Love is a covenant, an unwritten and unspoken edict of words, actions, and interactions, all spoken and initiated for the greatest good of all. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8 in the Holy Bible tell us all we need to know about love as a concept. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. The divine is love. Love is light, and light is bright, always. The light of love is how we maintain divine concern for those who hate us, fear us, and consider us inferior to themselves. That light is why we can pledge allegiance every day to a nation that insists on treating us as subjects rather than citizens, and criminals rather than stakeholders. The same light helps us maintain our sense of optimism and community, even when we are bombarded with pessimism and zero-sum thinking. For some people, there is comfort in chaos. Shake that off. We are humanists. We are human beings who are also spiritual beings, divinely infused within physical bodies, having mental and emotional experiences here in this earthly realm. Somewhere along the way, you too were wounded. You were hurt, and not by God, not by the divine. Jesus did not harm you. Allah or Goddess or Mother Nature was not responsible for your suffering. You were not to blame for any of it either. You were hurt by someone, a person, a group of people, a system, and or an institution. I fervently hope that you have healed. I pray that your pain is in your rearview mirror. But if your wound happens to still be there, I would encourage you to address that wound and not ignore it. Please don't pretend it's not there. Go into the light. If there is shame or guilt or anger or any other unresolved emotion in and around your wound, seriously consider your own well-being. If you can, let go of anything that does not celebrate you, elevate you, or move you forward. Give yourself that gift. Resist the primal urge to transfer your pain to others. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not keep score, and it never settles a score. Light is always plentiful. If additional light is needed, take as much as you need whenever you need. That brings me to my second and final point. Truth is light. We hold grace for our acquaintances, total strangers, rivals, even our enemies. That is as it should be. However, everybody doesn't embrace the truth, not nearly as often as they should. Therefore, as you continue operating with integrity, be ever mindful that anyone who cannot confide in you cannot abide with you. Truth is a divine principle. It originates from the divine and serves as the foundational and illuminating basis for spirituality, justice, knowledge, love, and decency. The Gospel of John, chapter 8, verse 32, in the New Testament of the Bible informs us, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Free from sin, free from war, free from indifference, intolerance, ignorance, and intransigence. The divine is love. Love is light. Light is truth, and truth is beautiful, beyond measure. The truth of light is how we can recognize that the lovers of empire and the protectors of an unjust status quo are misdirected and confused. The light enables us to hope and pray that someday they will somehow find their way back from being led astray. That light is why we pool our resources, our time, our talent, our treasure, to frequently advocate for our brothers and sisters throughout this country who are being racially profiled, oppressed, harassed, arrested, and detained by federal agents because they were in the right place at the wrong time. Light reminds us that any one of us could be taken and disappeared for any reason or for no reason. For all too many people, there is devotion to and for drama. So don't take the bait. Be bigger than that. Be better than that. Truth is mighty. Truth is natural. The truth is self-evident and it stands on its own. Truth is a fundamental component of freedom. In order to see, you must first be free. If additional light is needed, then eat, drink, breathe, and bask in as much of it as possible, as often as possible. Since I am preaching truth to power, I want you all to know that I'm okay. My life is not perfect, but it is wonderful. It is joyous. I am a hospice chaplain. I am your minister. I am very well aware of how truly blessed I am all day, every day. I don't hate or resent the Episcopal Church. I let go of all the baggage, all those boulders, all those burdens years ago. It took years of intentional pastoral self-care, years of prayers from my parents and other people who love me and believe in me, years of mental health therapy, years of meditation, affirmation, and yes, some Reiki too. But by the grace of the Great Spirit, I am whole. I embraced the additional light at the end of all those difficulties with a deeper sense of inner peace and a better appreciation of myself. Subsequently, I am not at all afraid to say no. And I actively avoid situations and conditions that do not serve my greatest good. As it is above, so shall it be below. As it is with me, let it also be with thee. The highest point I want to convey to all of you is that because you are precious, because there is only one of you in all of existence, and because you are a beloved child of the divine, you deserve respect. You deserve kindness. You deserve due consideration in all things at all times. Your ability to shine as beacons of perpetual light in a world that is all too often dark and cold and hostile depends on your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual wellness. Anyone and everyone who wants to be in right relationship with you needs to approach you with open hearts, open minds, and open arms. Everyone and anyone who wants to be in right relationship within this community needs to dwell with us with open minds, open spirits, and open hearts. If they do, individually and collectively, then we can be one people on one accord, moving forward in one direction, together. If they don't, then we won't. It's that simple. We need each other. As the Prelude song sonically taught us, we do share the same sky, the same sun, the same moon, and the same earth. No one is going anywhere. Therefore, it would benefit us all to come together, reconcile, and orchestrate a lasting peace. As for me, when in doubt, I always turn right. I constantly seek the light. Every day, in countless ways, additional light is needed. For me, for you, for all of us. Blessed be.
like, I don't even know how to explain it. That really, really, really touched me so much with everything I've gone through. And I imagine a lot of you are going through something. One of these ways that we bring our spiritual values to life is by expressing them through generosity. I invite you to let your commitment to this community take shape in the form of a financial gift, supporting the work of this congregation during the challenging time. Each month, we also share a portion of our offering with a local organization whose mission aligns with our values. Our community sharing partner for March is the Neighbors Network of Lee County. Their mission is to make aging at home possible by fostering a socially connected, intergenerational community where neighbors choose to support one another. All undesignated contributions this month will go directly to our community sharing partner. During the offertory, please paste your connection card and offering in the bag, or use the link provided in the chat. May the offering now be generously given and gratefully received. Please join in body or in spirit as we recite the words of gratitude and the extinguishing of the chalice. By the work of our hands and the work of our hearts, our love is made real. May we be grateful for all that is given and grateful for all that is shared. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Thank
This will be super brief. As strange as it sounds, I am grateful for all the preposterousness that happened during my time serving as a priest up north years ago. Because otherwise, were it not for those things, I would not be your minister here and now. All of those things had to happen then for me to be here with you now. I am nothing if not loyal. So if those things had not happened, there would not have been a reason for me to leave, which means that I would still be there, not here. So even in bad, there is good. Even in darkness, there is light. UCFM is my platinum lining. And as you can see, clearly I went back to suits. If there's nothing else, we'll go to our benediction. Let us pray. May the universal one grant you the grace to never sell yourself short, the grace to risk something big for something good, the grace to remember that the world is too dangerous for anything but truth and too small for anything but love. Blessed be.
Here is your heaven. Okay. After we have left the sanctuary, take a moment to greet someone nearby, hugs, that's awesome. Then head over to Hobart Hall for a little bit of cafecito, a little coffee, and community. And we look forward to sharing space with you today and seeing you back here next Sunday. Wishing you a beautiful, blessed, and a healing day. Thank you.